Listen up, listen up. Let's jump into it, fam. Let's just jump straight into it. Let's not be so committed. Check this, fam. Let's not be so committed to the way we do things. Many people are so committed to the way they've always done certain things. Hey, I've always done it like this. This is all I know. And they're committed to that way, right? You have to be willing. And a lot of this comes from ego. A lot of this comes from, oh, this is my way. It's my way or the highway, right? But a lot of you have to be willing to question how you do certain things. Be willing to question why you do certain things. Because the results speak for themselves, fam. The results will always speak for themselves. The results you're getting in your life. All areas, your health, your finances, your environment, the moves you're making, the things are happening for a reason. Now, the great quest, and I say the great quest for a human being is to understand why, right? Because if you don't know why you're getting the results you're getting, if you think it's just happening because this is just the way the world is, then you will never look to understand it because you never question the way you do certain things. You got to be willing to question your habits, your character, your work ethic. You got to be able to question yourself to the point where you get vulnerable and honest, right? To the point where you got to take 3 steps back and say, wait a minute, hold on. Am I doing this? Why am I getting this result? Why am I getting this result? I was going to say, am I doing this right? But I don't want to use the word right. It's, why am I getting this result? Why is this the end result to the moves that I'm making? I've done all these moves up to this point. I've made decisions up to this point. I've always done things a certain way up to this point. Are you willing to question yourself? Are you willing to question the moves you've been making? Are you willing to question your position in life at this current moment? Are you willing to question the people around you? Are you willing to... Now, questioning is not wrong. Questioning is not bad. Questioning is not negative. A lot of people want to say questioning is negative, questioning is wrong, questioning things is bad. It's like, no, questioning things are not good, bad, right, or wrong. Right? What it is it gets you to understand. When you want to know, you question. When you want to understand, you question. When you are curious, you question, right? So the goal is to look at your situation and question the details about your life. Question the details and the moves you've been making, but be willing to challenge how you've done things up to this point. And a lot of people don't like doing that. They don't like to question themselves. They don't like to question how they do things. Oh, this is just the way how I do it. But why? Why do you do it this way? Right? Let's not judge it. Let's look at the results. Why do you do things this way? Why do you respond to certain things this way? Why do you react to things this way? Why do certain things offend you? Why are you so attached to this? Why do you continue to repeat the same pattern over and over and over again? The same habits, the same patterns, the same ways of doing things. Why do you continue to repeat these things? Right? We have to look at that, fam. Really look at it and address that. But for some people, for some reason, they don't want to see themselves in that way. For some people, they don't want to see or question why they do certain things. They associate questioning with being negative or questioning with being bad. Oh, why am I questioning myself? So you can see the facts about it. You question yourself to see the facts about yourself. Not from a certain perspective. Not questioning yourself and then labeling it bad. It's questioning yourself and saying, why do I do it this way? Why am I committed to this way of being? So many people are committed to the way they do things, man. It's like, why are you so committed to that result? There's a reason why you're committed to that result. You're committed and loyal to that way of doing things. You're getting the results you're getting for a reason, fam. We have to address that if you want to understand and if you want to change your life, if you want to get to the solution to this problem. So we say, right? Like, look at the latest video that I posted up yesterday. I said that we want the solution until it's time to transform. We want change until it's time to transform, until it's time to make those decisions, until it's time to go all in, until it's time to put an end to something, an end to a habit, an end to a habit or an end to a pattern or an end to something. We're unwilling to do that. Must break the patterns of the past. Traumas they need to deal with being swept under the rug. Exactly. You must have counsel with yourself to answer the real questions. Look, fam, 100%, right? A lot of people are so used to doing things a certain way, and they're so committed and loyal to the way they've always do things, even if it's misery. Fam, look, even if it's misery, people are loyal and committed to misery. Some people are just loyal and committed to misery, loyal and committed to losing, loyal and committed to the things that I've always done it this way. I've always done it this way. I've always done it this way, so people say. It's like, okay, cool. And then we complain about the life we've created up to this point. Then we blame everybody else but ourselves. And then it's this person's fault, that person's fault. And then we wonder why we feel the way we feel about ourselves. Come on, fam. You wonder why you feel the way you feel about yourself? When you've been doing things a certain way for so long, you've been committed to a certain way of doing things for so long. People are committed to their lies, committed to the lies that they tell themselves, to the stories they tell themselves, to the habits they have, how they respond to things. Oh, I get offended when I hear this. How do you know if your thoughts and your inner voice is anxiety from trauma or your true self? My question is, if we don't even dive into that for a second, right? Let's answer this question with another question, right? How do you know if your thoughts and your inner voice is anxiety from trauma and your true self? Why do we see things? The question is, why do we see things in fragments, right? Why do we see things in fragments? Why do we say, inner voice, right? Inner voice, and we're separating, anxiety and true self. So it's saying anxiety is separated from you. What if anxiety is your true self? Check this, fam. Just listen for a second. Listen. I hear the responses already. People typing, ready to go. What if anxiety, if you look at anxiety itself and say, I am anxiety, and you're not separated from it, right? You're not separated from anxiety. You embrace the anxiety. You say, where is this coming from? Right? Because you can't see yourself in division. Okay, my true self, and then there's anxiety. My true self, and then there's depression. My fears, and then there's me. It's like, wait a minute. That's all combined. It's all one. It's all you. It's all you. You're creating these things, and then you're dividing it in your mind. Don't label it anxiety. Don't label it trauma. Don't label it depression. Don't label it negative. Don't label these labels is blocking you from ever seeing yourself. The labels are blocking you from ever seeing yourself. What if all of that in your mind said you didn't say any of this stuff? You didn't label any of this stuff. You just observed yourself for what it is that you're actually doing. Where you're saying, okay, I am suffering more from imagination than in actuality. I am suffering more from what happened yesterday than today at this very second. I am suffering more for what happened all these years ago thinking that I in this current moment have no control. I have no control over how I respond. This is what people are saying. Again, we're answering this question. I label myself all these things: anxiety, trauma, depression. I got all this stuff, my true self versus depression and worry and this. It's like, yo, can we just study ourselves and see ourselves for what we actually doing at this present moment? What are you doing now? Right? What are you doing now at this moment? What are you doing right now at this very second? What are you doing now? Because how you respond to what happens at this moment will determine what happens next. Now, if you're living in the past, what happens if you live in the past? Family, check this. What happens if you're living in the past? When you live in the past, you fear the future and you ignore the present. You ignore the present moment. So as life continues to deteriorate in the present moment because you're so consumed with what happened in the past, that your present moment leads to a result which then adds on to your reassuring beliefs about yourselves, right? Your reassuring belief about yourself, because you're so consumed in the past, you ignore the present, you fear the future, then you get a result because of you ignoring the present moment. And then what happens is you bring that past into the present moment, and it's just this cycle that one gets lost in, thinking that they're different, thinking that it's different from themselves. Yo, I go all these, I got trauma, I got this and this. Let's stop labeling shit like that. What is actually going on? One is suffering from memory. One is suffering from imagination. One is ignoring the present moment. What are you doing now at this present moment? Can you take control of your existence right now at this present moment? Can you take this situation, this current situation that you're in, and say, okay, look, today, right now is a brand new moment, brand new opportunity. The past is dead. It's gone. It's no longer here, right? And the more I ignore the present, the more I'm getting further away from the solution to the problem. I'm getting further away from understanding what the problem is, because I'm putting myself in positions that I don't understand, and it feels almost impossible to get out of, right? Fam, do you see this? Do we see this, right? Do we see how, because we ignore the present moment, we're putting ourselves in position based on how we feel, right? And then we get a result that we don't want, which adds on to another moment of the past. Oh man, see, a week ago when I tried to change my life, I made this decision and people just keep taking advantage of me. It's like, what? What? Wait a minute. You're not even addressing the problem. You're not even addressing it. You want to move forward in hope that something changes without understanding the problem? You want to move forward and say, "Oh, I can't wait to." You want to build a life on top of a broken foundation around things that you don't understand. You're building a life on top of a broken foundation, looking for partnerships, relationships, making moves, and all these things. Broken foundation. What result is that gonna be? Think about it, fam. What is that end result gonna be? Can we see that? What is that end result going to be? If I'm making these moves on a broken foundation because I'm ignoring the present, I'm looking to run away. People are looking to run away from their past, run away from their traumas, run away from their fear. It's like you're running away. How long can you run away till you recognize, holy shit, you can't run away? No matter, everything that you build always crumbles down when you build on a broken foundation. That's why you must not separate yourself from your fears, your anxieties, your depressions, because when you separate it, you put a wall against it, right? You put something in front of it, you ignore it, you prolong it, you put it to the side, you think it's okay to ignore it. It's like, yo, you are that. You are fear. You are anxiety. You are depression. It's all one. And when you are it, you can't escape it. You understand that, fam? When you are your fears, you can't escape it. You can't run away from it. You can't unsee it, right? Psychologically, you embrace it. You're not separated from your fears. You're not separated from your anxieties. You're not separated from that, from your traumas. It's like we label all these words and it blinds us from ever seeing ourselves. So when you ignore the present, you fear the future. Right? You start thinking, this is what happened in the past. This is how I always used to do things. This is what I used to do. This is what I used to do. I see the same patterns. I see the same patterns. Every time I date, it seems to end in disaster while you're building on a broken foundation. Every time I start a business, I seem to always fail while you're building on a broken foundation. Every time I want to get my life together, you're building on a broken foundation. You're building on a broken foundation, fam. You got to address your situation. And that's instant. Doesn't take time. It's understanding. Yo, I'm living in the past. I'm fearing the present. I'm ignoring the future. Instead of being intentional in the present moment and taking this moment, this present moment, and utilizing this present moment and taking advantage of the opportunity that you have right now. I'm talking about the opportunity to address and to understand yourself, which then every move you make is to run towards the understanding of oneself. Not running away from oneself, addressing oneself. And for most people, again, they hear this and still psychologically they see themselves in fragments and division, thinking it's something else. What are you doing right now? We have all these tough times. It's tough times. I'm struggling psychologically. But what are we doing right now? How come we're not doing anything about it? How come we're not taking care of the basics? How come we're not restructuring that foundation? How come you ain't making changes in your circle? How come you're not making changes in your diet? How come you're not making changes in the moves you're making? How come you're not addressing it right now? Oh, I got, the past. It's like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing right this moment? Oh, but you don't understand because this happened to me when I was 2 years old. It's like, yo, what are you doing now? What are you doing now about it now? You look to solve problems. Oh man, look. People are looking to solve problems psychologically in their mind. So your present becomes, look, you suffer from memory, you suffer from imagination, and then you look to solve problems of that, like in the present moment of that. You maneuver in a way to not experience the same thing you experienced before. It's like, what life, what is this? We're not even living in the moment. We're not even living right now. It's like, you don't understand the problem, so you look to just, oh man, if it would have went this way, my life would have went differently. It's like, no, the problem is, here's the problem. The problem is you did not take advantage of how you respond to whatever came your way. Your response to what happens determines what happens next. You hear this, fam? Your response to what happens will always determine what happens next. How you react to things. Your intention towards things. You can't have all these stories you tell yourself and then not make any moves. You can't have all these stories in your mind. Oh, I struggle with this and then just move forward. Like, you're just moving on. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna exist with this. This is it. It's like, yo, you're committed to your ways of doing things, man. We gotta break that pattern if we want to, right? If we want to. Many people don't want to, but they'll complain about how nothing's happening. But fam, stagnation always creates problems. Stagnation always creates more problems in fantasy. When you're not present, paying attention to the present moment, when you're not all in at this very moment right now, what happens? There's stagnation. You start suffering more from memory. You start suffering more from imagination. You start suffering more from the past. Oh, I got all these traumas. But what are you doing? I guarantee, look at one's life in the current moment. You will see that they're making all the moves that say, hey, I'm just ignoring this present moment. I'm not even existing right now. I'm in my head psychologically. I just want to feel better. I just want to feel good. I just want companionship. I just want to, just chill. It's like, but didn't we just say we have all these problems? Didn't we just say that we have all these things in our minds that we need to address? Didn't we just say that we're not where we want to be? So why do we not address it? What is that? I'm interested in that. I want to know what that is. What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, you don't understand. Okay, cool. What are you doing about it right now? And for most people, they're not doing anything about it. So how do we expect change? So what if you feel a weight on you while trying to address your fears, anxieties, and learning to love yourself? Okay, so what is this weight? So we're again, all of this stuff is perception of what's going on, right? Like, these are stories in your mind. Look, fam, a perspective change will solve all of your problems. You say the word, I feel a weight on you. That means this is what I feel based on my perception. This is how I feel. Is my feeling solidified? Am I supposed to feel this way? No, it's just how you respond to this weight. I feel this weight on me. Okay, that's one. Two, you say trying to address your fears, anxieties, and learning to love yourself. But there is no try. So you either do or you don't. So now can we take the word feel, right? Take the word feel and look at, that's your perception. And then you say trying. I'm trying to do this. But what is trying? You either do or you don't. So are you addressing the fears? Are you addressing the insecurities? The anxieties? Are you learning about yourself? Not trying to learn about yourself. Not trying to love yourself. Are you doing that? And love starts with you. Love starts with the foundation of you. Love is a state of being. Love is like, yo, I am love. So then therefore you live with love. And love includes how you take care of yourself, right? Love includes how you respond to the weight that's on you. You feel there's a weight on you, rightfully so. Now you step up, right? You get up, you fix yourself for a second and say, yo, I'm built for this shit. I'm built for this weight. I'm built for this. You see, it's your response to what's happening. You have all these fears, address those fears. You feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath and say, let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's embrace that. Let's embrace that. Let's embrace that. Stand tall. Keep your head up. Like, yo, let's fucking go. Like, how come the mindset, this is not a positive mindset. People will confuse it with being positive. No, it's taking this and saying, I am built for this. I have control what I do in this situation. I can leave out this environment. I can leave this situation. I can make an adjustment here. I can adapt here. I can go here. I can do this here. I have control over how I do these things. You feel me? Like, I feel I got this weight. It's like, yo, why you don't feel, yo, I'm built for this. Cause you got control of that. I'm built for this. That's it. I'm built for this. Regardless of my situation, I have control over how I do these things. Let's not try to address our fears. Let's address our fears, because there is no trying. I'm trying to talk to you right now. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to use the bathroom. I'm trying to take a shower. Did I take a shower or not? Did I eat or not? Did I use the bathroom or not? Yes or no? No, yes, cool. Let's stop blinding ourselves of what's going on. Look at the situation, change your perception on it, change your perspective on it. And once you change your perspective, it changes your entire fucking existence, your experience, right? It changes your experience. And then you look at your life. Understand this. Understand. Understand this, fam. The world is in your fucking head. The world is in your head. You're creating your own superheroes, your own villains, your own stories. The world is in your mind of what you think is going to happen if you did this. But if you stopped all the stories for a second and look at yourself directly in the mirror, like look at yourself directly, eyes to eyes, look at yourself, right? Look at yourself directly and ask yourself, what am I doing? Why do I have to respond to what's happening this way? I'm sorry. Why do I have to react the way I'm reacting on what's happening in my life? Instead of saying, okay, take a breather, look in yourself in the mirror and say, yo, man, I actually have control. I actually have control over my existence. Not what happens to me, because you can't control me or everybody else. You can control how you respond to it. Let's not try to address our fears. Let's address our fears. Let's not try to love ourselves, right? Just understand what love is and live with love. When you live with love, you give all of you to all that you do. Love is a state of being. You give all of yourself to everything that you do. Taking responsibility for all the moves that you're making. Making all the fucking decisions that you know you need to make. There's decisions that you're not making that you know you need to make, and you're talking about you're struggling. Yo, we talk about we struggling. Family, I'm not picking on one particular person. I'm talking about in general. Like, we're talking about we're struggling and we're not doing or making the decisions we know we need to make. Yo, we're struggling. Yo, times are tough. Doing the opposite move that I know I need to make. Times are tough. And I'm sitting on my ass wondering why look. Times are tough. Times are tough, man. This shit, you don't understand, man. Life is crazy. And all these stories in my head. If I sit here and do nothing, fam, do you know the stories in my mind? The stories in my mind will start to take over. The stories in my mind. It's like, yo, all you got, look, it's not hard. Look, man, it's not hard to put fear into people, right? It's not hard to put fear into people. The news does it. The social media will do it. People will put fear in you because you just create your own stories. It's you that's buying into all these stories. You sitting here talking about times are tough. It's hard out here and making no moves. Times are tough and it's making no moves. It's your perception on what's going on, fam. It's what you think is going on. You're not observing. You're not adapting. You're not adjusting. You don't understand what it means to be a human being. What it means to be fucking human. The fact that you're able to make an adjustment, you're able to adapt, you're able to create whatever it is you want to create because you're doing it already. Do we see this? Times are tough. I'm sitting here. Times are tough. Times are tough, fam. I'm sitting here. Yo, sit here for fucking 3 days straight. I'm going to say I'm hungry. And I'm going to say, damn, man, the world doesn't care about my problems. I'm sitting here. I got to use the bathroom. I got to eat. But I'm just sitting here. Man, times are tough. Of course, you're just sitting here. Suffering from imagination. Times are tough. Rightfully so. Sitting here doing nothing about your problems. I'm sitting here saying times are tough. Yo, I'm sitting here eating all this food that makes me feel more sluggish and confused. And I'm saying, damn, why am I overweight? Times are tough. I feel so tired all the time. What's going on in my life? And look, you're eating McDonald's all day talking about times are tough. You're sitting around consuming social media all day talking about times are tough. I'm trying, Anthony. I'm trying. I'm sitting here. This is trying. I'm trying. I'm sitting here trying. Yo, you don't understand. I'm trying. Times are tough. It's like, yo, man, what we doing, yo? What we doing? Seriously, I'm sitting here talking about times are tough. I don't want to go to the gym today. Times are tough. Times are tough. I don't want to work this job, or I don't want to do this to build my business. Times are tough. Times are tough. Times are tough. I don't want to leave this circle. I don't want to end this relationship. Times are tough, man. Times are tough. I don't want to leave this environment. I don't want to create something new Times are tough, man. Times are tough. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. That's trying, man. Come on, man. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? What we doing? What are 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 we doing? Well, what is it? Doesn't make sense. And I'm coming at you with so much fucking love and passion because I know what it's like to have those stories that I tell myself. If you listen to my recent episode on my podcast, I spoke about this. In the recent episode, I would be, times are tough while I'm making all the opposite moves of what I need to make. It doesn't make sense. And then through that stagnation, through the results I get because I'm living in the past, I'm accepting this, and then I'm getting the results that I deserve based on the moves that I'm making and how I respond to things. And then through stagnation, I'm suffering through imagination. I'm suffering through memory. I'm suffering through what I think is going to happen and what's going to happen or what happened before. It's like, but what am I doing right now? What are we doing now? What are we doing now? I'm trying, but what does that even mean? Are you doing? Trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm sitting here in this car crying or whatever. I'm sitting in the house crying or I'm sitting on the butt crying. I'm trying. It's like, what's that mean? What's that mean? Are we doing? Are we learning? Are we adapting? Are we moving with momentum? Are we moving with energy? Are we moving with focus? Are we observing, adapting, adjusting, applying, embracing? Embrace the facts about yourself. Embrace it. Look at yourself in the mirror and embrace yourself. Look, from here on out, I'm going to take responsibility for my own existence regardless what happened in the past. Can you imagine I just accepted? Oh, I was born into this environment, so then that's it. Can you imagine Anthony Minaya, accepted what I grew up with? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine me thinking about the time, on the block where people are busting shots on the block? Can you imagine me if I sit here with nothing to do in the present moment and I'm not taking responsibility, I'm going to think about the times I was on the block. I'm going to think about the times, damn, that person really did die in front of my house. Holy shit. Oh, shit. That person really got kicked in the face that one time and blood was coming out all holes of their face, right? The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears. Damn, that person really did do that. Yeah, damn, but that girl in 7th grade, why she said no, man? Damn, where would I be today if she said yes? Can you imagine? Can you imagine me doing that? Damn, in high school, man, I could have really... I could have really took my football, career to another level, man. Damn, man, I should have went to college. I should have really killed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here doing nothing, talking about how I should have went to high school and college and I should have had the job when I was 18 years old. Why didn't I do that at 18? Why she said no to me? Oh, you're so stupid, Anthony, for making that one decision when you was 23 years old. It's like, what we doing? We're talking about times are tough. Times are tough. Times are tough. And as I sit here, inflation is going up, right? Look, inflation's going up. So I'm in this car for 4 days straight. Oh my gosh, times are tough. Suffering from when I was 20 years old, right? So then you go to the gas station, you pull up, you say, oh shit. The gas is high now. Times are tough. Let me voice my opinion on social media. Hey, everybody. What's up? What's going on, everybody? Times are tough, right? Why the gas prices are so high? It's like, dude, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What's the moves? What are you doing in this present moment? We're sitting here making no moves talking about times are tough. Suffering from imagination, not wanting to address it, not wanting to take responsibility, talking about times of time. Do you feel me, fam? Do you understand? Are we here? Are we here? Are we here, fam? Give me some fire emojis if you're feeling this right now. Give me some fire emojis if you're feeling this live right now, if you're embracing it with love, and you're not sitting here getting offended on some other shit. Shit just gets me thinking, man. Imagine if I had that mentality, yo. That shit crazy. Imagine me, man, with that mentality, man. Damn, man. At one point in my life, it was like that. So that's why I understand it. I see it. I see it. At one point in my life, it was like that. But imagine me remaining and staying like that and not questioning that. We started off this podcast. We started off this live by saying, yo, don't be so committed to your ways of doing things. Be willing to question how you do things. But this is another thing, like, yo, you are in the position you're in for a reason. You're in a position you're in for a reason. You're in this situation for a reason. And to blame everybody else, to not think it's your responsibility is so, man, it's shit's whack, bro. It's whack. It's whack. That's it. It's whack. You know? I don't want to do this. I don't want to make these moves. You're living the results based on the decisions you don't want to make. I don't want to make these decisions, and I'm talking about why am I suffering? Times are tough. It's something that's like, man, and then you just see people, they just accept it, and then they just move on. People just move on. You know, oh, that was a great live this morning. Or, oh, that was a great, example of what I should do. Great, great. And then people just move on. They just move on. They just go on. Okay, cool. I got it, but I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man. It's like, fuck, man. Like, it's just crazy. You upload these to YouTube, right? So I haven't been uploading these on YouTube for a reason. I haven't been uploading on YouTube, but I will. I will be uploading these only the ones I feel are YouTube worthy, not all of them. Even though all of them is YouTube worthy, right? But there's times that you can go back to another live that was very similar, so just go to that live, right? But yeah, I will be uploading these on YouTube again. I apologize for those who always ask me to do it. I was just testing certain things, but it's not about blame, it's about accountability. 100% responsibility, accountability, all that stuff. So one last question. If you have friends and your thoughts are like, nah, you should be here with this friendship, do you know if that is your imagination or fear? Well, there's a lot of things going on, right? There's a lot of things going on here. Right? If a lot of people, you got to understand, a lot of people hold on to the relationship with other people for selfish reasons, right? You got to look at it. People hold on to something. I want to still talk to this human, or I want to keep these people in my life. Not for the human or for the person, but for themselves. So when some people see that a relationship adds no value to their life besides the point of escaping, right? Or relationship is not a stimulating conversation. It's just a bunch of people who are complaining about their own problems, doing nothing about it, right? Let's just look, just listen. People will still hold on to these friendships and the relationships that they're just using them for their own benefit. So I don't care what it is that you do, but I just using you for me. So now if I'm just using you for me so I won't be lonely or I won't be alone, right? When all the signs that say, yo, cut these people off, move forward, or create something new, or these people are holding you back, there's hesitation. There's hesitation, right? There's hesitation in that. I will hesitate to move on from this relationship because even if this relationship is holding me back, because I get something out of this. I get an escape out of this. I get companionship out of this. This is why people will stay in relationships that cause them the most misery. Because yes, I get beat up, verbally abused, psychologically abused, all that stuff, but this does something for me. So I don't want to leave out of fear. I don't want to be alone. And a lot of other things. We're just saying that's a part of it, right? I'm scared to be alone. So now if that's what is in your mind, if that's the foundation of almost every relationship that you have, is based on what can you do for me, and your relationship is based on whether or not you have problems or not, right? You know what I mean? People still hold on to relationships where the foundation is, I must have a problem in order for you to exist. I must talk about problems. I must talk about this, and I just want somebody to hear me out or talk to me. That right there is, okay, if that's your foundation of your relationships and the people you have in your life, you're not going to want to move forward from that. So this is why when we talk about we can't just talk about these topics and just give you advice on, what if you have friendships and da 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 da. It's like we have to understand, okay, what is the foundation of this friendship? Right? Is it two people coming together to build something? Is it two people that come together that add value to each other? Is it two people that are helping each other grow? Is it two people you know what I'm saying? Or is it based on oh, what can I get I don't know, man. What can I get from you? I'm holding on to this even though it serves no value. I'm holding on to this just because I just don't want to be alone or lonely. And I'm telling you, there's 99% of people, relationships is based on that. Misery loves company, right? So people will just be around anybody, a mannequin. Hey, look, I'm around him, cause he gives me company and I don't want to let him go because he's there for me every day, all day. It's like, come on. So so that's that. When we talk about that part, let me scroll back up to this question. And your thoughts are that you shouldn't be. You see, if you know that you shouldn't be in this thing, then just bounce, then be out, cut it off, have the conversation. Hey, listen, I love you. Doesn't mean I don't hate you. I don't gotta not talk to you forever, but I gotta go do this. I gotta focus on this. You know how many times I had to put an end to that? I had to put an end to certain relationships. I had to put an end to things, and I had to move forward, and how difficult that was for me because, man, I spend most of my life with this person, or I build a strong connection with this person. And then at some point you're like, oh shit. Okay, cool. I'm either going to stay in the same position being in this relationship, and I say relationship, friendship, and all forms of relationships, whatever labels you want to have. I could just be in the same position, or I'm going to grow. And I'm just going to make decisions. Yeah, I'll still keep in contact. I'll talk to you, when it's time. But I got to just go. I just got to make moves. So that's that. And people hesitate to do that for selfish reasons. They know the decisions they need to make. Oh, I know I should put an end to this relationship. I know I should put an end to this friendship or something. I know I should. I know I should and grow and continue to move on. However, I don't want to be alone. I want somebody to hear me out. I want somebody to do this. It's like, okay, so then what is this? I'm fucking mannequin? You get my point? So hopefully that answers the question. I just left a friendship of someone I love dearly, but I felt that it was more unhealthy than healthy. Ripped my heart out, but had to leave the comfort. Look at that. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on that. Right? Because, to be honest, fam, unhealthy relationships are comfortable, right? Relationships that are based on escape routes are comfortable. Hey, I only call you when it's time to escape. Isn't that interesting? Hey, I call you when it's time to escape. When it's time to run away. Hear me out about my own situation. It's like, okay, what is the foundation of this relationship? Why, right? So when it's difficult to put an end to it, it's like, oh, growth changes your relationships. When priorities change, so do your relationships. When you grow and those around you stay the same, you change, you automatically, the relationship starts to change. So think about this. Because one does not want to change their relationships, no matter how healthy or unhealthy it is, one will choose to stay the same to keep people around them. And that's what's interesting, man. That to me is interesting. It's very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. I do not want to grow because I don't want to put an end to this environment. I don't want to put an end to the people around me. So I will choose to stay. I will not say much. I would choose to stay the same so I can relate to people. And then when I outgrow the people around me, I'm sad about that I'm on another level. And I've seen this hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. I've seen this hundreds of times. People choosing to stay the same, fighting hard to stay the same, because if they were to grow, the people around them will change. That is a fact, fam. That is truth. That is facts. And that right there is like, okay, so what is your priority then? What is the priorities then, man? What is the priorities? What is the priorities then? I don't want to grow because it's lonely. So let me be fucking, let me complain because misery loves company. Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Spotify. It's called All Moves. All Moves Podcast. Just search me up on Apple Podcasts. Search me up on Spotify. Or if you're using Anchor, search me up there. All Moves Podcast. All Moves. Yo, man, this live got me really thinking. Just really thinking like, it's like, man, we will fight hard to stay the same. And why we do things, it's very interesting, right? Very interesting how our priorities are in contradiction on what we say we want. Our priorities and based on where we say we want to go. It's like you want two things that are like the opposite from each other. It's like it's contradiction. I want this, but I also want that. Okay, cool. You're fighting hard to balance all these things and you always lose. You lean a bit too this way, then it puts an end to all of that. So then you want to go back to that, and then it puts an end to that. And then you play this fucking game back and forth. Back and forth. I want to do this, but then I don't want to put an end to that. But, okay, so let me go back to this because this needs some love. And then this comes to an end. It's just like, yo, man, this is why people are fighting hard to stay the same. This is why people don't like growth, change, being the best version. People don't want to be the best version of themselves. People don't want to be the best version of themselves. Think about what I just said right now. People don't want to be the best version of themselves because the best version of you means what? Look around, fam. Look around. Look around. Look around, fam. Look around. When only 1% want to be the best version of themselves, you look around, you're like, yo, where everybody at? Where they at? Right? So you say, I want to be the best version of me, but the best version of you means putting an end to what you've built up to this point. The best version of you means doing what most people are not willing to do. The best version of you means doing what most people are not willing to do. So we're out here talking about, I want to be the best version of me until it's time to be the best version of you. Until it's time to show up for yourself. Until it's time to bet on yourself. Until it's time to put an end to the things that are holding you back. But I don't want to, but I want to keep people around. Because when you were miserable, you had the biggest crowds. Your house was packed. When you was miserable, you had, oh wow, I have all these people giving me the attention, right? Because misery loves company. Wow, I have all these people around me. All these people, but the moment you start betting on you, what happens? What happens, fam? The moment you start betting on you. The moment you start betting on you, what happens? The moment you start betting on yourself, what happens? There's no crowd. Where's the crowd? They're out there looking to not see themselves. So now you say, okay, cool. I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow to the highest level I possibly can. And now life transition from using people. Life transitions, fam, from using people, using others, using people, to now providing value to people. And that transition is what people have a tough time with. As you continue to grow, as you continue to learn, as you continue to be the best version of you, it transitions. You provide value to others instead of using others for company. I want to use people for company. I want people around me. Like-minded individuals. Woohoo! It's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're losing. Psychologically losing. Losing. If that's your priority, you're losing. Because understand this, fam. The most aware are always alone but never lonely. And you got to understand that. The most aware are always alone but they're never lonely. They're so solid with themselves that it doesn't matter what happens. If you're out here looking, I want to, like, where are your priorities at? I don't want to grow because I want to keep people around me. It's like, well, congratulations. Go. You know what I mean? Just go. You know what I'm saying? Congrats. Like, congratulations. And then you wonder why, but why there's no connection with people? Why I can't have stimulating conversations? Why I cannot connect with certain people? Because the priorities must change now. The priorities is, let me provide value to others. That is no longer about you, what you receive. The selfishness ends. It's about what you can provide to others. What can I provide to other people? What can I provide to others, man? What value can I provide to the marketplace of this world? Do you know that human beings in a tribe in the beginning of time with 10 people, 20 people, every single human being was around each other and every single human being provided value to the tribe. Anybody who did not provide any value was like, what are you doing? You're just sitting here, sitting on your ass, just waiting for something to happen. If there's a group of 10 of us in this world, if there's 10 of us, and and everybody has to play a role to survive, and you ain't showing, you think you're not going to show up? You're going to be like, I'm going to play my role. I'm the one that makes the fucking fire. You're the one that gets the fucking fish. You're the one that goes hunting with the three group of guys. You're the one that starts creating the pots and the potteries and things. Everybody created. Everybody was providing value. Now we live in a world today where people just, I just want to be around people for fun. And then you wonder why these relationships are all artificial, it's all fake. And so you wonder why you have no connection with people. Of course, look at your priorities. You're prioritizing that. It's like, well, look what you're doing. I just want to, it's like, what are you doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? It always seems like the strongest people I know are scared to be alone, but they won't do, strongest people I know are scared to be alone. They just won't do it. I don't understand. You got to be willing to embrace the transition. When being the best version of yourself, people think they want it till it's time. If you've been used to being mediocre, if you've been used to being average, if you're used to misery, the moment you start being the best version of yourself is destruction of what you know. Is destruction of all of that. Destruction of that. You start moving at a high level, psychologically moving. Not that you're better than anybody else. It's that you're just so focused on you that it's like, I am fulfilled based on the value I provide to this world. Right. Right. I always need someone to talk to or to be with. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Look at the priorities people have. You know how many people are jumping into relationships just to talk to somebody? Hey, let me just go date you. For what? Just to talk. It's like, okay, what is that? Oh, let me just go hang out with you and connect with you just to be around a human. Instead of making it just a byproduct. It's a priority. If it's a priority for you, there's something there. There's something there, man. There's something there. Boredom is one thing too. Hey, how you doing? Hey, John, how's everything? Instead of like, okay, how can, as a tribe, if you and I were a tribe, and we had 10 of us, like I said in earlier, a tribe, like a band of people, this is us. Yo, there's no structure. We got to create our own structure. You know what happens? Every person's like, we're together. We're like, yo, listen, man, you gotta do this or we die. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the move that you're gonna make. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. It's a team. It's an effort. It's people. Okay, yo, let's go. You know, it's not just, hey, I'm bored. I'm fucking bored because I'm not going all in. I'm hesitating. I'm moving slow because if I move fast, then everything around me changes. You see that, fam? If you move fast, everything around you changes. Yo, that's why people want to move slow, man. Yo, if you move fast, everything around you changes. Everything. Destruction of the known. You guys feeling me today, fam? I don't know if you're feeling me. We've gotten to 3 different topics. I don't know why I got into this topic. I think a question about friendships is just fuck, man. You guys gotta get this, man. You guys gotta get this. Look at the comments, fam. Look at the comments. It's not just you, fam. It's not just you. Look at the comments. It's not just you, yo. It's not just you. It's not just one person in particular. It's not just, oh, if the shoe fits, it makes sense. But look at the comments, though. Look at the comments, fam. Like everybody, people can see it, understand it. Oh shit! Why can I speak about one thing and it can relate to so many people? Why is that? Why is that? Because there's some truth behind this shit, fam. It's not just made up shit. It's not, my situation is unique. It's like, yo, if you can relate to this and so many people can relate to that, there's something there. You get what I'm saying? There's something there. There's facts there. It's not just like, oh, well, that's just my situation and nobody else's. It's like, no, no, no. You do this, if you prioritize this, it comes with this result. When that's truth. It's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, me in my situation. Nobody understands. It's like, no, no, no. We all get it. Everybody knows. People want you to come by and hang out and do the same shit instead of create their own dreams and visions. Right. Or come together and build something together. Because that's not what the foundation of that relationship is. People come together, they come together for this reason of like, for escapism. And once you start to grow, that comes to an end. It is what it is. But does it mean that you don't have to love people? Does it mean that you can't show love? You can't, provide value in different ways? No, it just means that the dynamic has to now change. The dynamic of that relationship has to now change. People are so focused on, man, look, I could keep going. But this what people prioritize is like, there's hesitation for a reason. There's lack of commitment to oneself for a reason, fam. The people don't want to be the best version of themselves, no matter how much they'll scream about it, talk about it. I want change. You don't understand my situation. All this stuff. You don't get it. My life. But the best version of you means what? Everything changes. Everything's brand new. Yo, fam, I'm out of here, man. I've been on this live for an hour. Appreciate you guys. This makes me realize how messed up I am. Don't view that as negative. View that in a way it's like, yep, I made these moves up to this point, and that's okay. And at this very second, we can make a change instantly. That's it. This moment, we can look at our situation and make a change instantly. And that's it. Give me some last fire emojis if you love this live. Let me give myself some fire emojis because, yo, man, this live had different ups and downs and ups in energy. Ups and downs and yo. Talking to mannequins. Talking to this guy right here. This guy, look. All love, all love. Fire emojis. Show me some fire emojis in the comments. Show me some fire emojis. Show me some fire emojis. I appreciate you too. Like crazy, trust me. Have a great day. You have a better one. You have a better one. Thank you. All right, family. Yo, I'm out. Love you. Appreciate you. If you found this valuable, hit the link in my bio. Sign up to my awareness journals. Only $5 a month. Daily awareness, daily inspiration. It's content that I do not share on social media. Go sign up for that right this moment. Link is in my bio. Daily awareness journal to my Patreon. A lot of cool things are coming on there, fam. Talk to you guys. Love you. Peace.